And we talk a lot about life under lockdown, the confinement, the uncertainty, the way time seems to almost stand still. But for kids in the state's juvenile justice system, those realities are even more profound. COVID protections designed to keep kids safe may actually require some of them to serve longer sentences and keep them even more isolated. As On Your Side's Ann Schindler reports tonight, one family says the state has to do better, not just for their child, but for all children.
Difficult to deal with, but we were okay. Things were stable, we were moving forward, we were getting the phone calls, everything like that. And then when this isolation hit, that was it.
The punishment is not what Ben Sabricaso worries about.
The clock's ticking.
It's time.
Exactly. Hold on a second. I mean, that's his sentence. That's what he needs to do.
His 17-year-old son took a plea deal, 2 to 6 months at a non-secure facility for a crime both he and his ex-wife Keller agree was serious. He was placed at the Duval Regional Juvenile Detention Center until a bed opened up. They were told it would take about 2 weeks.
My son's been there, today is 31 days.
The COVID-19 pandemic has upended the entire criminal justice system. Visitation is suspended. Transfers have slowed to a crawl. Now, with a tripling of COVID infections at the Duval facility in just the last week, his parents say their son is essentially on lockdown.
I would have never put my son in a position to be in solitary confinement, ever, or in a high security facility 30 plus days. I mean, it's been proven to cause psychological harm.
A Department of Juvenile Justice spokesperson says the kids are not on lockdown. Instead, those that test positive or are awaiting results are kept in medical isolation. But for Sabricaso, it's a distinction without a difference. He says his son, who struggles with anxiety and depression, called earlier this week frantic.
It's only day one, and that's the only time he's been out of his cell for 24 hours.
And for kids like him who are waiting for placement in their program, time spent in detention does not count towards time served.
That's insane.
Between the uncertainty and the isolation, Keller fears for her son's safety.
I could already hear in his frantic voice, constantly waiting for a call, like, did something happen to him?
Ann Schindler, First Coast News, On Your Side.